The October 20th, 2022 meeting of the Social Circle Board of Education is called to order. And before we get to our agenda tonight, Dr. Brewer has some sad news that we feel it's appropriate for her to share with everyone at this time. Dr. Brewer.
We were terribly saddened to hear from the Sadie Briscoe's family today that she passed away unexpectedly. And she has been a tremendous educator for us here in the district. She was beloved, she was respected by her peers. She spent each and every day taking great care of the kids and challenging and inspiring them. She also did an amazing job of working with her peers, especially for our new staff members. And today, as we informed the staff members, it was very heartening to see the great work that they're doing to love and support one another, just like Ms. Briscoe would want them to do. She worked here with us in the middle school for 7 years, and we know that this is going to be very traumatic for our students, and we are going to make sure to provide extra mental health supports. We've reached out to our faith-based community. They will also be here in the building in order to provide support for staff members or for students. She loved each of her students, and she did an excellent job of making sure that they knew it. They knew that they were loved and appreciated by her. She enthusiastically shared her passion for learning with her students and with the other staff members. And I know that I always appreciated her joyful demeanor and her really sweet, wonderful smile. One of the blessings of getting to be an educator is that your contributions far outlive your experience here on earth. So know that her blessings are going to continue to make our community an even better place. We will share additional information as we have it about arrangements, and we really appreciate your support and patience with us as we move.
Thank you, Dr. Brewer. I would like to ask everyone to join the governance team as we have a moment of silence in honor of the life of Sadie Briscoe. Thank you. As we move along our agenda, we have the Lord's Prayer and then the Pledge of Allegiance. I would like to ask everyone who would like, please stand for the Lord's Prayer and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. All over here.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next, we have approval of our agenda. Dr. Brewer, are there any changes? I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented. So moved. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have minutes. And the minutes are before you for the September call meeting and the September board meeting. I have a motion to accept both sets of minutes. So moved. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. In the board comments section, I want to start by letting you know that we do have a board member that's joining us virtually tonight. You can do that by law in the state of Georgia if you're under doctor's care. And Mr. O'Connor has turned the note in, and so he is voting and fully participating in the meeting. I can see his vote here, you can't, but he's watching the proceedings. So I wanted to make everybody aware of that.
Mr. Callahan, we also have the minutes from the poll.
Yes,
Do you approve them?
yes.
Thank you.
And so, moving right along in the board comment section, we have the honor of the induction of our new superintendent, Dr. Carrie Boer. And I'd like to ask the Honorable Judge Bruce Wright to come up to the podium and Dr. Boer.
I'll try to talk loud. I hope everyone can hear me, but I'm super excited to be here. I'm honored to swear Dr. Boer in. I know great school system and social circle. I've had nieces and nephews that graduated here, and my mother graduated from here a long time ago. But I'm excited to be here. I know Dr. Boer is going to continue to lead this great system, and so you're in good hands. I've known her for quite a while too, but it's my honor to do this. So put my eyes on her. All right. You raise your right hand. Now I'll state I, and you state your name, and I'll go. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will well and truly perform the duties of local school superintendent of the Social Circle City School District to the best of my ability. I do further swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, and that I will manage the finances of the local school system in compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. That I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am by the laws of the state of Georgia prohibited from holding. That I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and the laws of Georgia. And that I will support the Constitution of the United States and this great state. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank y'all.
One of the things that we like to do is do a little education on these great ceremonies. And I don't know if we can get the org chart, the organizational chart for Social Circle City Schools. One thing you'll notice that the community is at the top of the organizational chart in Social Circle. Community votes for the school board members, and the school board has one person that reports to them, and it's the superintendent. And then everything else comes to the superintendent through the school system, the superintendent into the school board. No individual school board member has any power. We only have power as a collective group. And so our only duties really are to hire and evaluate the superintendent, and then pretty much anything else the school board does is recommended to us by the superintendent, and we vote yes or no on it. And so we certainly appreciate the great support the community provides our school system consistently. And but I thought this would be a good time to familiarize you with the organizational chart as we swear in our new superintendent tonight. It's not a common occurrence that you swear in a superintendent. So congratulations, Dr. Brewer. We just closed out my meeting. Next, we have the governance training for the school board. And the school board has a minimum number of hours each member is required to take in training every year. And this just shows you that every school board member in Social Circle has had at least the minimum requirement, and most have had more than the minimum requirement. The first year you're a school board member, which we have nobody in the first year anymore, but the first year you're required to take a few more hours, but the B means you're a veteran, and then you're required to take a few less hours going forward. But we've all met our quota of hours that we're to take for this past school year. I don't think we're voting this or anything, but I just want to show you that. And now I'm going to sign back into my meeting link here. You'll forgive me for a second. Thank you for your patience. Okay, next on our agenda, we have the special education presentation from Ms. Waller.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board, and Superintendent Boer. Thank you for the opportunity to provide an update of our special education program in Social Circle City Schools. In alignment with the mission of our district and with the update of the website, each of our programs has also worked on having a mission for their and the mission of special education states that Social Circle City Schools provides an excellent and equitable education for all eligible students between the ages of 3 and 21 with special education and related services. SCCS is proud to collaborate with our Northeast Georgia RESA, which helps to support and provide occupational physical therapy, deaf and hard of hearing programs, and visually impaired services. We strive to educate every student with special needs in the least restrictive environment, providing all students access to grade level standards and instruction with the appropriate accommodations and modifications. This slide presents just a glimpse of what our staff and students look like this year in our district. As you will notice, we have a total of 18.5 teachers. Well, there's half. You can think about that. But anyway, and 16 paraprofessionals. And our students with disabilities total at 237. Our central office support staff, we have 1 director with an administrative assistant. We have school psychologists, 1 and a half time, and then 2 speech language pathologists. And I just want to note that our staff has actually grown this year by a school psychologist, and then having the 2 speech language pathologists has been, it will be really beneficial to helping us meet the needs of all of our students in the 4 schools. So I do appreciate that you provide the resource and funding for that. Late last winter, early in the spring, we did a special education audit or instructional review. And so the purpose of this is the special ed audit is an instructional review to assess the performance of Social Circle City School special education staff and school leadership in supporting students with disabilities. It is the instructional decision-making and programming that occurs for those students. The focus is on the Social Circle City School staff matching the instruction to student needs for our students with disabilities. The review results will determine how we develop, implement, and monitor embedded professional learning to better equip all staff and administrators. So this is just a glimpse at the process that we had. The review was conducted on March the 7th and 8th of last year at all 4 campuses. There was a review team that's comprised of 3 former special education specialists. It began with a presentation from our special education director, Dr. Christina Sneed. They reviewed 19 student IEPs, and these were selected carefully, and it represented all of our campuses. Additionally, they observed 19 student-teacher classroom interactions with a rubric, and then performed interviews with the special education director, 19 teachers, 16 students. We did not interview students at the primary school, and our 4 principals. And then there was a debrief on the 8th with our special education director. Following this, on April the 13th, we had a full debrief at every campus and with central office staff. And out of that, there were 7 recommendations. To develop a deep understanding of FTE and how to maximize funding through scheduling of special education segments. To work on our instructional models, which are continuum of services, an understanding of student accommodations, specially designed instruction, writing compliant IEPs, the data collection process, and special education 101 for school administrators. Following the review, we've begun to put some of these things into place. Some training pieces have occurred. On June the 3rd, our special ed administrator one-on-one training occurred at the central office for all of our school administrative staff. That was our assistant principals and principals. It was very helpful. On July 20th, our special ed director did a refresher of this training at our DLT retreat. And then during pre-planning, there was special ed training that focused on the referral process with our psychologists and de-escalation training with an outside resource. We've also are beginning to work on co-teach training that will be delivered to all of our staff members in each of our schools. The next level is the process. Progress monitoring pilot using a ClassWorks tool is occurring. Collaborative planning is beginning to occur because if we want the co-teach model, it's so important that our special ed teachers and our general ed teachers have time to actually plan together. It's difficult to co-teach in a classroom if you do not have the time to actually plan, discuss, and move forward so that it is a seamless process. There are monthly walkthroughs that occur with our principals at each school and with our director of special education using a rubric, and this is something that we can talk through. We have some criteria in place on co-teach models. What are we seeing and what do we need to do better? We've updated some processes on our child find screening. In fact, our first child find screening will be tomorrow at the primary school. And then we'll have 2 more, one in January, and I believe the 3rd one is in March. And then we have begun the dyslexia screening. That will be required of our district next year, but we are ahead of the game. Our primary school has been on the ball, and our elementary school has begun that screening. They will do their first in November. The 3rd tier is the instructional effectiveness. We are using an adaptive curriculum in our self-contained classes called Teachtown K-12. It's a fabulous piece. I've seen it actually work at multiple levels. It does focus on standards. It focuses on ELA and writing and math. They're grading those, they're giving students feedback, and it is aligning with the standards for those particular classrooms. We're focusing on the explicit instructional practices. There has been training with literacy, and we're using literacy with Wilson and Foundations, with also partners with what's going on in our primary school and our elementary school. And then we have adaptive physical education, and we've begun the Special Olympics collaboration with Walton County. And I'm going to tell you, I'm super excited about that because that is just another avenue that's going to open doors for our students. It's something that can not only meet their needs while they're with us, it's something that they continue to be a part of even after they leave us. So thank you for allowing me to share a few things.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Next on our agenda, we have public participation. We have no one signed up to speak tonight, so we'll move right along to special recognition. Before I do that, I want you to notice there is a break later in the agenda. We would ask that you please stay until at least the break, and you're welcome to stay after the break, but stay at least till the break so that we can recognize everyone respectfully who deserves to be recognized tonight. Thank you for that. Now, special recognition, I'll turn this section over to Dr. Brewer.
This is always our favorite part of the meeting. We love being able to tell the great story of our students and our staff members. And so first, we will have Ms. Favors introduce her star student of the month. We're looking forward to hearing about Avery.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to recognize our star student for the Social Circle Primary School. He goes by the name of Avery Franklin. Avery has been a member of our school family since pre-K. He is currently a second grader in Miss Cooper's classroom. I asked teachers, his former teachers, about him and was able to pull a lot of information because since Avery was with us since pre-K, I was able to go back and pull up some information that showed that he was chosen by each of his teachers from pre-K through to second grade because of his outstanding behavior in academics. And so at this time, I would like to read what each of his teachers had to say about him. His pre-K teacher, Miss Harris, she looped up with Avery because she was his pre-K and kindergarten teacher. And so this is what she had to say about him. Avery has such a kind heart and is a good friend to all. He consistently displays star behavior in all areas of the school and displays amazing leadership qualities. He leads by examples, and he is such a great role model for all students. He is an eager learner who never gives up, even when the tasks are difficult. He is determined to do his best in all aspects of school. Avery is truly a star. His first grade teacher was Miss Bramlett, and this is what Miss Bramlett said about him. Avery is an excellent role model for self-control. He controls his body during movement activities, using appropriate voice level during tasks, and demonstrates patience while waiting his turn. Also, Avery is respectful, responsible, and he is a hard worker. And now, Miss Cooper is Avery's second grade teacher, and this is what Miss Cooper said about Avery. Avery always has a positive attitude each day. He is always going above and beyond what is expected of him in the classroom each day. He is determined and never gives up when faced with a challenge. He is also willing to help any of his peers throughout the day who needs help. Thanks for being awesome, Avery. So at this time, if you will all help me to congratulate Avery as he comes forward.
All right, let's give him another hand. A certificate and a pen that we will give to Avery at a later time.
And next, we're all excited to hear from Dr. Maria Hardrow, and she's going to tell us about Lucky Mia.
Good afternoon, everyone. Avery, all those comments make us super excited about you coming to the elementary school next year. We can't wait. Keep up the good work. I want to take an opportunity to tell you a little bit about what's going on at the elementary school currently. If you drove by the elementary school on the way down here, you saw that we're having a fine art show and a musical tonight. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders are able to come together, and they're singing songs about being a light and not being in the dark, and they have flashlights with the lights off, having a really good time down there. A really, really good showing for us. Report cards went home on Wednesday. We've had the privilege of celebrating our bus drivers with Bus Safety Week and the cafeteria workers as well. And our 5th graders had the opportunity to go on the first field trip that they've been on in about 2 years. And 3rd grade teachers are planning one to Stone Mountain. So a lot of really good things happening at the elementary school. And now what I want to do is take an opportunity to recognize Mia Hope. So I have some comments that I would like to make about Mia before I ask her to come forward. From Miss Smith, our district teacher of the year, who we'll be recognizing later, her teacher, says, Mia started in my class last school year, and instantly we formed a special bond. I was always the sniff to her, and she was my Mia Moo. For a child that has been through so much in her life, she is the happiest, most uplifting, and caring individual. We can learn so much from her in the way that she approaches life with such a positive attitude and mindset. She quickly became known as our class's ray of sunshine, and soon after became known as the school's little ray of sunshine. She is excited about just about anything, and she'll put a smile on your face. To know Mia is to love her. It is very clear that God has big things planned for this sweet girl, and I am so proud to be her teacher. And Miss Smith says she loves you, Mia. And from Miss Cottingham, our support person of the year from the elementary school says, congratulations, Dr. Hope. You are such a ray of sunshine, and you brighten everyone's day just by being you. I have loved getting to know you over the last 2 years and enjoy our special library time and our doctor checkups. I can't wait to celebrate your big accomplishment of earning this special award with a Twinkie party in the library. I'm so proud of you. Love you, sweet girl. And Miss Raines, the music teacher. Mia is an amazing student that lets nothing stand in her way. She works hard, is full of joy, and is so excited to learn and experience all she can. In music class, she loves to sing and she loves to play instruments. She is definitely a leader among her peers. And last but certainly not least, Miss Whitley, her speech teacher. For me, Mia brings me joy daily. She's always jazzed for anything the day is going to bring her. She's open-hearted with everyone she meets and voices positive yays each time she is presented with a new activity or a task. Everyone needs a Mia Hope in their class, and I'm so thankful she's in mine. And we're super thankful to have you at our school, Mia. Come on forward. Don't give Mia Hope a round of
Thank you, Dr. Hargrove and sweet Mia. Next, we'll have Dr. Clark from our middle school.
Good evening, everyone. This evening I'd like to honor Miss Abigail Kewendy as our middle school Star Student of the Month. I've had the pleasure of knowing Miss Abigail all the way back to 3rd grade when she was in 3rd grade. So when I heard that our teachers nominated Miss Abigail for the Star Student of the Month, without a doubt, I knew that she was more than deserving of this award. And so Abigail, I have here some sentences that your teachers got together and they wrote about you on blogs that they were selected. Abigail is a bright, capable, and responsible and respectful young lady. She consistently brings her best to class every day and goes above and beyond expectations. She is a thoughtful and inquisitive student who loves to learn. She always asks questions and is willing to share her ideas and thoughts. Her positive attitude is contagious and adds so much to our classroom and school. By putting her best forward, she inspires others to follow her lead. If you could please join me in celebrating Miss Abigail Kewendy as the middle school's Star Student of the Month.
So next, we have Mr. Tim Armstrong, principal at our high school.
Good evening. It's my privilege to talk to you about one of our seniors this year. This young man has been a true asset to our school. I'll read a few things that his teacher said about him. One of them served as a teacher and a coach of him said, "This young man has consistently displayed the qualities of a leader that helped build the foundation of the esports program. He consistently does the right thing on and off the field. He's a true definition of a student athlete." Another one that's both taught me and coached him said, "This young man is a competitor. He wants the ball in his hands when the game is on the line. He always competes in practice, in the weight room, and it shows up during the game." One of his English teachers said, "This young man is a great all-around young man. He's kind in and out of the classroom. He's respectful at all times, and he works to ensure that everyone feels heard and understood. He's the first student to volunteer to do something and is always ready to provide a smile to anyone who needs one. He's a student that should be exemplified as the All-American student. It was an honor to have him." And the last teacher said something I thought was very apropos. He said, "He's a great kid who works hard but also knows how to laugh and enjoy life." So it is my privilege to introduce to you our student of the month, Mr. Mason Moore.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Armstrong. Hello, everybody. My name is Mason Moore. I'm a senior here at Surf Circle High School. I'm here tonight to talk to you about my experiences at Surf Circle and as a member of the Portrait of a Graduate team. I moved to school when I was just in 5th grade and instantly fell in love with it. Some of the things I enjoy most about our school are the small town atmosphere. The community often holds parades and festivals for special occasions. Just as a couple of weeks ago, we had our homecoming parade and a bonfire, which was a huge success. The community always shows support for our student athletes as well. Some of my favorite classes are forensic science with Mr. Hames and weight training with Coach Etheridge. I enjoy Coach Etheridge's class because he's always pushing me to be a better person and student athlete. Coach E does a great job by pushing athletes to their best and has had an enormous impact on all student athletes. I'm a two-sport student athlete. I play baseball and football. And my teammates and I led the baseball team with the most single-season wins in history, as well as making it to the Final Four for the first time in school history. Now that we have set a new standard for baseball, in this upcoming spring we hope to win the first state championship. Outside of school, I often help out at Salem Methodist Church in Covington. At church, I help an organization called Rise Against Hunger to help people in need for food. We often package and ship anywhere between 15 and 20,000 meals in only about 2 hours. After high school, I plan to attend Gordon State College and major in sports medicine. I am lucky enough to continue my athletic career by scholarship to play baseball as well. I'm proud to be a part of a new group called the Portrait of a Graduate team. I'm excited to be a part of this group and help design what skills we think a graduate social circle should have. I would like to say a big thank you to my parents who have always supported me in everything I choose to do in the classroom and on the field. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I would also like to thank the Board of Education and Dr. Brewer for letting me have this opportunity to speak tonight. Thank you, and go to Red Snakes.
Thank you, Mason. Great job. This is the month that we recognize our principals and make sure that we are taking time to acknowledge the work that they do to help make our schools run effectively. Leadership makes a huge difference in our schools. Our teachers will tell you that, and the students will tell you that too. And we are very blessed to have 4 really strong principals in our schools. So we heard from Darlene Favors, who is our Social Circle Primary School Principal, and we are so thrilled that Darlene has been with the district for 33 years. Darlene is a graduate of the Social Circle City Schools, so she's actually been with the district a lot longer than that, but she doesn't want me to say that number. One of the things that we love about Ms. Favors is that she is a product of the school system, and specifically a product of our early childhood education program. And I think that's one of the things that we do best here in Social Circle. We love growing our own educators, and we are thrilled with the folks who have graduated from our system and work here as teachers, administrators, paraprofessionals, in lots of different capacities. Thank you so much, Ms. Favors. We're thrilled that you're here. We also want to recognize Dr. Maria Hargrove with our elementary school. It is hard to believe that someone who's had such a tremendous impact has only been with us for 5 years. So we really are excited about the opportunities that are going to come for the elementary school under your continued leadership. Thank you, Maria. And while Dr. Clark is new to our middle school, he's done an amazing job there. And Dr. Clark has actually been with our school district for 9 years. And he was an awesome classroom teacher, as I can attest, being a parent of a child who came through his class and really enjoyed every minute in that room. Dr. Clark, thank you, and thank you for your willingness to take on the challenge. And then we'd also like to honor Mr. Tim Armstrong. He's our Social Circle High School principal, and he's been with the district for 7 years. He's doing amazing things with the high school, and the students, I think Mason would honor this as well, really appreciate the amount of love and support that he provides for them, and he really takes time to get to know all of their stories and hopes and dreams, and you're making a great difference, Mr. Armstrong. Thank you. And also during this month, we honored several of our hardest working groups. We appreciate our custodial staff. Our custodial staff, we contract with a company called ABM, and our custodians work to help and support not only the staff members in the schools, but also the students. Our students develop relationships with our custodial staff, and we know that students learn better in clean buildings. So our custodial staff makes a big difference for our students, as well as with recruitment and retention of our teaching staff. So thank you so much for all of our to all of our custodians. We also acknowledge during this month our transportation staff. Anyone can drive a car. Of course, that might be a stretch. But it really takes someone special in order to be able to drive a school bus. I am always amazed at their ability to safely drive 60 to 90 students and get them to school and get them home from school safely, when it's a challenge for me at times to drive with my 2 children. We appreciate and value our bus drivers, and it was really called to light during the period of time in the summer during COVID, when we were delivering meals to homes during the summer. And I had the pleasure of riding on lots of the different buses, and I was absolutely amazed at the fact that all of our bus drivers know their kids' stories. They know a lot about our family's situations. They have tremendous compassion for the kids, and the kids were so excited when we pulled up. They really weren't as excited about the food. They were really excited about the relationship that they had with their bus drivers. So for those of us that had the pleasure of riding those buses all summer, we spent a lot of time crying. And we really value and appreciate the fact that our bus drivers are our students' first teachers every morning and the last school employees that they see at the end of the day. And they do a great job of making our students feel special. So thank you so much to all of our bus drivers. And next, we have an opportunity to hear again from Ms. Wolliver about our Teacher of the Year and our Support Persons of the Year.
Good evening again, Mr. Chair, members of the board, and Superintendent Hoover. Recognizing and honoring some of our most exemplary staff members in Social Circle City Schools is a privilege. Please let me begin first by thanking our stakeholders who made tonight's recognition dinner possible. Ms. Bonnie Haynes and Peach State Federal Credit Union for always sponsoring the delicious meal that we enjoyed earlier this evening. Mr. Jeff Clegg and Social Circle First Baptist Church for allowing us to use their fabulous facility, and the chef and planner and 4D Sweets and Treats for catering the meal and providing dessert treats. Additionally, there will be some certificates given this evening, as well as some gift cards that will be provided by Peach State Federal Credit Union and the Social Circle Foundation. We thank you for your support of this program. I would also like to thank our Board of Education and Superintendent for the overall vision and direction of excellence for the staff and students of Social Circle City Schools. Additionally, I would like to recognize the district's instructional team members who, through their collaborative efforts, were instrumental in the district's Teacher of the Year process. In the late spring of each year, the principals at each school identify the Support Person of the Year and the Teacher of the Year. For the Teacher of the Year, the staff is nominated following the guidelines provided by the Georgia Department of Education. The Support Person of the Year follows very similar guidelines with the exception of the teaching certificate requirement. John D. Rockefeller said, "The secret of success is to do the common things uncommonly well." School support staff includes a variety of staff members who provide specialized instructional support as well as support to students while they utilize school facilities. Our school support staff play an important role in ensuring students learn in a safe and supportive learning environment. They can foster positive, trusting relationships with students and improve the school climate by encouraging parent and family involvement in their students' education. Our school support staff can go beyond the curriculum by providing youth development resources for families and teachers that address trauma-informed practices and positive behavioral interventions. Because students connect with our school support staff on many occasions throughout the school day, these staff members can model positive behavior and send positive messages to students. I'll ask Ms. Bonnie Haynes to join me as we begin to recognize the 2022 Support Person of the Year at each school. I will ask that the principal and honoree come to the front to receive a certificate of appreciation and a gift card from Peach State Federal Credit Union and the Social Circle Foundation once I've kind of said a few things about you. If you would just please remain standing up front so we can get a group picture of this. Get a group picture, and then, actually I won't make you stand the whole time. I'll let you come back up and we'll get a group picture. How about that? Let's begin with Social Circle Primary School, whose Support Person of the Year is Ms. Quanette Barr. Ms. Barr started her journey with Social Circle City Schools at the age of 5. She attended SCCS from kindergarten to 12th grade and is an alumni, class of 2003. She has one daughter, Malaysia, who is currently a 6th grader attending Social Circle Middle School. Ms. Barr attended Savannah State University and the University of West Georgia, where she received an associate's degree in business management. She stated, "This year I have the honor to work with an amazing teacher, Ms. Wendy Baggett. I am her parent and we teach 3, 4, and 5-year-olds in our preschool pre-K special ed class, also known as the Babies Can't Wait program. She is a special education para at the primary school in her 4th year working at the primary school. Additionally, this is her 5th year working in the aftercare program at our elementary school." Ms. Barr further quotes, "This award is a mark for my achievements over the years. I promise to only get better at my work so that you can see me here for other awards. As Dr. Hooker used to say to us, I love you SCCS and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it." We love Ms. Barr. I've had the privilege of being in Ms. Baggett's classroom and watched Ms. Barr as she cares for those students. And it's just a seamless partnership between the two as they work back and forth to meet the needs of our students. So if you will join me right now in recognizing Ms. Barr. The Social Circle Elementary School Support Person of the Year is Ms. Lindsay Cunningham. Ms. Cunningham has been married for 8 years and is the mother to 3 boys. Noah, age 5, attends kindergarten at our primary school. Zeke, age 3, attends the preschool program. And Jacob, age 1, is age 1 and soon to be a Social Circle student. She says, our family loves SCCS. She has an associate's degree in business management from Gwinnett Technical College and is currently pursuing a degree in elementary education at West Governors University with an anticipated graduation date of July 2023. I foresee a new teacher at Social Circle City Schools. Ms. Cunningham serves as the media clerk paraprofessional at Social Circle Elementary School. This is her second year as the media clerk, and she enjoys working in the media center and filling in or working in various classrooms as needed. We appreciate all she does to support us at the elementary school, so let's recognize Ms. Lindsay Cunningham. The support person for Social Circle Middle School is Ms. Carla Griffey. She's unable to join us tonight due to an illness in her family, but I will just give you a few brief comments about her. If you've ever met Ms. Griffey, she just kind of leaves a mark of sunshine on you. You can't help but smile and be embraced by just her loving attitude. Ms. Griffey is a Georgia Peach, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. But is a Social Circle alumna of the class of 1993. She's married to Kelsey Griffey Sr. for 16 and a half years and has 2 wonderful sons and 3 grandchildren. Her youngest son, Kelsey Jr., plays football and basketball at the high school. As a paraprofessional teacher for 5 years and a registered certified medical assistant and office manager in the medical field for 20 plus years, she combines the knowledge and tools and expertise from 2 career paths to make a difference at Social Circle Middle School. Additionally, Ms. Griffey is currently pursuing a Master of Arts in Education in Special Education from the University of Phoenix with an anticipated graduation date of 2024. I also see another future teacher at Social Circle City Schools. Her current role at Social Circle Middle School as a paraprofessional in 7th grade Science and Social Studies assists Mr. Wells, Ms. Giacchino, Ms. Bennett, and Ms. Conley. She assists all students with their assignments, and additionally, she helped Ms. Haney's class when she was out for a brief stay for illness. She has served as the Sunshine Director, which is an appropriate name for her, for the past 2 years to help facilitate a culture that encourages and motivates teachers at the middle school. She also serves on the PBIS team with Ms. Casey to collaborate on ideas and strategies to provide students with a positive and rewarding school environment. As a safety committee member, she assists new staff regarding emergency and safety processes during their drills. This is her 5th year in Social Circle City Schools, where she serves and meets the needs of our students one by one each day. She continues to take the lessons learned from students and peers to push her to be the best educator that she can be. Ms. Griffey lives out the quote of David Rose, "Don't change the student, but change the environment. Let's go and teach." We'll recognize Ms. Griffey. For Social Circle High School, the support person of the year is Ms. Lisa Dyer. Ms. Dyer has lived in Social Circle all of her life. She married her high school sweetheart Chuck and has been married for 42 years. They and their 2 sons are both graduates of Social Circle High School. Her father was the captain of the boys basketball team when he graduated in 1952. Additionally, she has 2 grandchildren attending Social Circle City Schools, and she loves her family, cats, gardening, camping, and just a simple life. She has taken various courses in healthcare nursing over the years at Athens Area Tech and participates in continuing ed courses at DeKalb Community College. She is technically the bookkeeper at Social Circle High School, but she is so much more than that. She keeps a calmness in the midst of things that are just, if you've ever been in a high school, it's just a fast-paced schedule, lots going on, and she tends to be the force of calm for all of them. We appreciate what Ms. Dyer has brought to not only to the school, but to the district. She was previously employed at the high school as a secretary and attendance clerk and returned to the high school as bookkeeper in 2020, and we are so glad that she did. Please join me in recognizing Ms. Lisa Dyer. It takes a special person to light that fire, to raise our children's expectations for themselves and never give up on them. No matter how challenging it might be, all of us are here because at some point, somebody did that for us. We are most thankful for the teachers who have guided students throughout their education. They help guide you through life, educate you on school material, and are a role model for dedication. Although many teachers come and go throughout a child's educational journey, each leaves a lasting impression, a unique imprint, much like a fingerprint on the heart of each child. Teachers are often the guide through the many obstacles in life. They teach much more than just the subject material and are a role model in both the classroom and the community. Teachers care about students as a person and help to discover passions and unlock opportunities. Teachers have unmatched dedications toward their students. They are always patient and willing to work one-on-one with any student in order to help further their understanding of subjects. They are also always flexible in scheduling, and they always go above and beyond the classroom, teaching life lessons through their immense dedication to each child. Despite all of the day-to-day challenges and controversies, teachers remain the heroes of today, educating future generations and always leaving a lasting impression on all their students forever. Now we'd like to recognize our 2022 Teachers of the Year at each school. We will follow the same protocols we did for the support staff of the year. For Social Circle High School, the Teacher of the Year is Mr. Brad Callahan. Mr. Callahan has been married for 19 years to his amazing wife, Katie, and has boy-girl fraternal twins who are in 9th grade at Brookwood High School. Aiden is on the drum line and swim team, and Addison is in the chorus and plays travel softball. He loves spending time investing in their extracurricular activities, going on family cruises, and watching the Auburn Tigers, and Atlanta Braves play. He has a Bachelor of Science in Education from Auburn University, Master's in Educational Leadership from Mercer University, and he is currently pursuing his EDD in Curriculum Instruction from Liberty University and projected to complete in the summer of 2024. He is a biology and AP biology teacher at our high school and has been for the past 5 years. He is the current Science Department Chair and Biology Curriculum Lead, and he has previously coached cross country and both the middle school and high school swim teams. In 2022, he was recognized as the 2021 as the Star Teacher of the Year. This is his 5th year at Social Circle City Schools and his 23rd year in education. Please join me in recognizing Mr. Brad Callahan. For Social Circle Middle School, Miss Kathy Boyd is the Teacher of the Year. She also was unable to join us tonight because she is traveling out of the country. Miss Boyd lives in rural Morgan County and enjoys country life. When she's not teaching, she cares for Angus and Limousin cows. I thought that was fascinating. Works in her garden, plays with 2 cats, and hikes in Georgia state parks. She's worked in theater before teaching and continues to be a devoted supporter of the performing arts and enjoys travel and spending time with friends and family. She has a Bachelor of Arts in English and Political Science from the University of Georgia, a Master's in Shakespeare Studies from the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, and a gifted endorsement. Ms. Boyd has taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade English language arts and theater arts and 7th grade world studies. This year, she is teaching 8th grade ELA and an oral written communications class for 8th grade students. She has served as the 8th grade chair, the diversity committee chair, the English department chair, drama club advisor, chess club advisor, and the coordinator for the Social Circle Middle School Spelling Bee. This is her 17th year at the middle school and her 23rd year teaching. We would like just to recognize her, and we will give her her certificate when she returns from her trip. For Social Circle Primary School, the Teacher of the Year is Miss Kimberly Russell. Ms. Russell has lived in Walton County most of her life. She married her high school sweetheart and has been married almost 20 years. Her husband owns a business in Walton County, and they have 2 boys, Landon, 16, and Bronson, 13. They love glamping, have various pets, and enjoy cheering the dogs. She has a Bachelor in Education from the University of Georgia, a Master's in Education from Walden University, an Education Specialist in Education from Brenau University, a gifted endorsement, and she is currently pursuing a dyslexia endorsement. She is a kindergarten teacher and is blessed to work with an amazing paraprofessional, Ms. Barfield, and 2 supportive administrators, Ms. Favors and Ms. Sermons. She served on the PBIS committee and assisted with PBIS training for our teachers. She is currently the kindergarten team lead and an MTSS member and a mentor teacher. Ms. Russell has worked at Social Circle Primary School for 5 years and taught for 13 years. Although she is not a morning person, she says she loves teaching and enjoys working with children and her colleagues. Please join me in recognizing Ms. Kimberly Russell. And for Social Circle Elementary School, the Teacher of the Year is Ms. Stephanie Smith. Ms. Smith has been married for 9 years to her husband Joey and has 3 beautiful girls. Sadie is 6 and attends the primary school as a 1st grader. The twins Ava and Madison are 4 and attend the primary school and pre-K program. Over the last 6 years, Social Circle has welcomed their family with open arms and has become a home away from home. They love spending time together as a family, enjoying outdoor activities such as gardening, camping, and going to the beach. She has a Bachelor in Education, General Education, and Special Education from North Georgia College and State University, and a reading endorsement. She is a special education teacher who teaches self-contained 3rd through 5th grade students with a wide range of disabilities at our elementary school. Her job is unique because it allows her the privilege of watching students grow over 3 years in her class. She has 2 amazing paraprofessionals who are extremely compassionate and have a supportive administrative team. Previously, she served on the elementary school kindness crew, which has the goal of spreading kindness throughout the elementary school. Her class hosted the Exceptional Coffee Cart 3 years ago with the goal of putting a smile on teachers' faces with a morning cup of coffee. Additionally, this allows students to work on life skills and communication with others. She continues to make it a goal to increase awareness of different disabilities at Social Circle Elementary School and within our district. Last year, her class spotlighted autism awareness via the school's announcements and school-wide activities. This year, she is teaming up with Ms. Jennifer Forrester and the Recycling Club to help collect recycling throughout the school. The 2 classes, One's a gifted class and one Miss Smith's class pair up as buddies to collect and sort recycling for the entire school once a week. This is Miss Smith's 6th year at Social Circle Elementary School and her 14th year teaching. She feels truly blessed to be able to work in such a positive and inclusive school and district. And we feel equally as blessed to have her here, not only as the Social Circle Elementary School Teacher of the Year, but as our District Teacher of the Year. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Deputy Smith. The honorees tonight represent just the tip of the iceberg of the incredible staff, teachers, and leaders we are privileged to have working in Social Circle City Schools. We would like to thank the board for your continued support of resources that enable our staff to improve their skills and hone their craft to provide an excellent and equitable learning experience for all of our students. Thank you.
Ms. Williver, thank you for your leadership on this project. I know that it isn't easy to assemble and get everyone organized, and I also know how hard it is to be able to select the candidates. And we've got so many great teachers that's a really difficult thing to do. So thank you so much for that. And Ms. Hayes, thank you so much for always supporting us and taking great care of our teachers and making sure that they feel welcome and appreciated. We appreciate you. So next, we're going to give you an update on our student count. Since the last month, the total enrollment in our district has increased by 2 students. Our primary school had 1 student join their school. Our elementary school had 2 students join their school. Our middle school had 1 student withdraw. And our high school had 0 changes to enrollment in the last month. And for my comments, I would like to thank the board and share how honored I am to have the opportunity to serve in this capacity here in the Social Circle City Schools. I love this place, and we have so much to be proud of. We have made great gains under Dr. Hooper's leadership, and I'm really excited to have the opportunity to continue to participate and push those initiatives forward. One of the things that Mason mentioned is our work towards a portrait of a graduate, and the fact that we've got community members and students and staff members, as well as industry leaders who are helping us to really hone in on what are the skills and competencies that our students need to be successful once they leave us. So I'm excited to get to continue to help with this initiative and to support the leaders and students and staff members here in this district. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I also would like to make a request, and that is that Mia Hope attend all of our meetings because her enthusiasm has made this a lot more fun and she is fabulous. Next, we're going to take a break, and she needs to applaud for that because she has been with us for a long time. but we're going to take an opportunity after the break to give our financial update. So if that's something of interest to you, we really welcome you to stay with us to hear those presentations from our CFO, Nicole Cross. We are also going to have some conversation about several policies that the board will be considering, and then we'll be talking about our personnel recommendations. However, we understand that you have very full lives, and if you're not able to stay with us, we understand. Thank you, everyone. We'll take a 5-minute break. We are glad you came. Okay, so next, following our break, we are going to get to hear from our CFO, Nicole Cross, to give us a great financial update. And Nicole, I'm so sorry that people didn't want to stay through your presentation.
I told him to catch me on YouTube.
There you go.
Good evening. Tonight presented is the unaudited fiscal year 2022 June report as well as the August 2022 financial report. So we'll begin with June. With 100% of the fiscal year complete, we ended at 101% of general fund budgeted revenue and 99% for general fund budgeted expenditures. Local tax revenue was our biggest one. That came in at about 107%, and that was TIVT collections, which is the title ad valorem tax. We collected almost $117,000 more than we had budgeted. In most of the functional categories for expenditures, we were right on track. So at the end of the year, currently revenues exceed expenditures by a little over $567,000. Our fund balance at year end is $3.5 million. This is 18% of the fiscal 2023 budgeted expenditures. So if you'll remember, the state's recommendation is a minimum of 15%, so we're at 18%. Last year we were at 17%, so we're moving in the right direction. I still recommend a balance of about 3 months, which would be about $4.8 million. This would put us at a comfortable place when we have about 3 months before property tax revenue is collected. Encumbrances for year-end in all funds is 0. We don't carry forward any of our purchase orders. Special revenue funds, our total award were $3.9 million. Any of those remaining balances you'll see will be split by the federal deadline, which is actually in September, or most of it is also eligible for carryover into 23. Our school food service fund, we collected 110% of budgeted revenues, and expenditures represent 91% of budgeted expenditures. Currently, revenues exceed expenditures by about $252,000. The fund was able to end the year with a positive unreserved fund balance for the second consecutive year. Fund balance totals about $306,000 at the end of the year. Next, we have the SPLOST fund. SPLOST collections in July from Walton County was $199,000. That's a 20% increase over the prior year. And Newton County was $2,700, and that is a 17% increase over the prior year. The SPLOST fund received 112% of budgeted revenues and spent 70% of budgeted expenditures. And if you'll keep in mind, a lot of those expenditures happened at the end of the year. So we're at 70% only because some of those projects didn't finish until July. And those were carried forward until this fiscal year. The current cash balance in the SPLOST fund is a little over $4.7 million. This is an increase of almost $900,000 from the prior year. Lastly is the school activity accounts. Our school activity revenue was $747,000 and expenditures was $660,000. The cash balance in all funds is $390,000. Are there any questions about the June 22 financial report?
Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the June financial report as presented by Ms. Cross? So moved. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Okay, next we have our August 2022 report. We're 16% of the fiscal year complete. We're at 11% of general fund budgeted revenues and 18% of expenditures. As you'll remember, local tax revenue begins to come in November, with most of it coming in December and January. Currently, expenditures exceeds revenue by a little over $1.4 million, but this is expected until we receive our tax revenue. Encumbrances for the general fund is about $162,000. Next, normally I present the special revenue funds. We're in the middle of finalizing our FY23 grant awards. Those were due October 1st, so I'll start reporting on those next month. So we'll look at our school food service fund. We are at 11% of budgeted revenues and 15% of budgeted expenditures. In August, we served 28,749 meals. Encumbrances for the school food service fund total $969. And then lastly, we have the SPOS funds. August collection for Walton County was $207,000. That's a 25% increase. And Newton County was $2,700, which is an 18% increase. Encumbrances for the SPOS fund are $477,000. Are there any questions about the August report?
Have a motion to accept the August financial report as presented by Ms. Cross. So moved. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Next, we have our report on Freshway Training for Schools, and I did change this report up a little bit. If you'll remember, the program started in April of 2018, so reporting on it monthly has gotten pretty long and it's hard to read. So I decided to consolidate and list by purpose that we've collected and how much we've collected program to date for each of those purposes. August collections was $2,200, and that was allocated to each school for PBIS awards and incentives. PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. This is an evidence-based framework designed to improve and integrate the data systems and practices affecting student outcomes every day. PBIS creates schools where all students succeed, and this program aligns with our district's strategic plan to promote positive connections between and among staff and students. And I want you to be on the lookout. We are going to create a web page on our main website that will highlight some of the projects that we are using this Change for Schools for. This is very tremendous benefit to our school systems, and so we want to make sure our community knows how much we appreciate their support and how much we do with this project.
I see the swim team was added. Are the other sports group yet?
Okay, so this was a one-time collection for when we started our swim team. So right near the beginning of when this program started. And as you know, Freshway kind of helps decide where each of those categories are. And so the categories have remained the same now for the last couple of years. So every month they go to. But this was almost like a one-time allocation when we started our swim team a couple of years ago. Any other questions?
Thank you, Ms. Cross. Next, we have our new business action items. And the first one is a pleasure. Our girls softball team won a couple of games in Everett County, and we're now requesting a field trip to Columbus for the state playoffs. The date of the trip is October 25th through 29th. I have a motion to approve this field trip as requested by our superintendent for our softball team. I have a second. Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next item is another field trip, this one for our wrestling team, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. The time of the trip is December 9th through the 10th. I have a motion to approve this field trip as recommended by our superintendent for our wrestling team. I have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Both field trips are approved there. Going to action item C, update board policy, PCBI, public participation in board meetings.
It's the recommendation of GSBA to consider removing the rules of conduct from our current policy and instead include them in the regulation, which has been included for your review in the agenda for tonight's meetings.
Okay, so I have a motion to update board policy as recommended by our superintendent for the public participation board meetings. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Wait just a second. D is also related to policy of public participation in board meetings.
And the current policy does address rules of conduct for public participation. However, it's the recommendation of GSBA that we consider removing that language from our current policy and instead include them in this regulation, which outlines the rules of conduct and public participation procedures.
A motion is recommended by our superintendent to update this policy per what Dr. Brewer just said. Now a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Another action item is a new policy, IKBC, material harmful to minors complaint resolution process.
And this is a new required policy to address complaints submitted by parents or permanent guardians alleging that material is harmful to minors and has been provided or is currently available to his or her child who's enrolled in our school system. Further, the complaint resolution process is identified within the policy.
And all three of these are set for 30 days, so we can vote on them tonight. So do I have a motion to accept the recommendation from our superintendent for the new policy, material harmful to minors complaint resolution process? Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. The next, this will sit for 30 days. This is just for our review here. As we saw earlier in the meeting, we completed our board training for last fiscal year, and of course, it starts over now. And this is just our plan for this coming year. And so you can see what our plan is here. Transparency's sake. Any questions about our training plans? That's just for review. So we'll move right along. Do I have a motion to exit the regular session and begin our executive session to discuss personnel and real estate? Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. I have a motion to exit executive session and begin a regular session. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. And we'll go over personnel. And we've got classified recommendations from our superintendent. I'll read the slate A through D. Shannon Felix, assistant wrestling coach, volunteer for the high school. William Gentry, bus driver. Kaylee Parks, parapro elementary school. Linda Rucker, school food service sub at the high school. I have a motion to accept those recommendations for classified staff from our superintendent. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Superintendent is recommending we accept a couple of resignations tonight. One being Alyssa Lawson, bus driver. The other being Tammy Beasley, school food service. I have a motion to accept these resignations as recommended by our superintendent. I have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. And then we have one retirement our superintendent is recommending we accept, and that is that of Sheila Massey, long-time bus driver. I have a motion to accept this retirement. I have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. I believe that's it. So I have a motion to adjourn. I have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. The meeting is adjourned.